What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary for you. We've had some time to let this trailer marinate, if you will. I've read a lot of comments. I've read positive comments, negative comments. I've read paragraphs of words that aren't logical. And I've came to a conclusion. We are only able to talk about what EA shows us. We are not in control of what EA shows us. So, let's all agree for a moment that Madden looks photorealistic. In still images, this game looks fantastic. You could modify images through blur to make people question whether it was a photo or whether it was a video game. And I offer that to you because if that had taken place, if EA had just shown ultra high res, lifelike player imagery in conjunction with text, that indicates we've completely rebuilt franchise mode. We've completely rebuilt player logic. We've completely revamped entire gameplay systems for tackling. As creators, we would talk to you about this. And sure, you may have somebody like myself that tends to be on the prove it to me EA side. And then you've got other people in our community that tend to be on the I'll agree with this until I see it side. And then you've got other people that just take everything for what it's worth and say that's what they're going to do. And that's what makes our community in so many ways good, because you guys choose where you get to go. You can go to somebody like me, you can go to another channel, you can go to another channel, and you can get all these different opinions to help you formulate your own. We all have a place in the space. EA didn't let us do that. EA instead offered us this. Now, I'm going to ask you very seriously. Can a trailer have interpolation? Because if a trailer can have interpolation, that resolves this issue. But it's very clear to me that Christian McCaffrey is going through the ground, and something is protruding from his thigh. Now, for everyone that wants to talk about nitpicking, remember, this is what EA wanted us to talk about. This is what they chose for us to talk about. Now, they've got some other things planned, and we'll talk about that as it comes. But for right now, this is it, guys. If you've played this game for any meaningful period of time within the last 5 years, whether you think it's interpolation or not, clipping, shifting, and warping have been a dominant factor in your gameplay experience, to the point that many people, like myself, feel that animations overrule gameplay and skill in so many different facets of where you need Madden to be successful. Running, blocking, passing. So to see a player going through the field, to see anything going through the player, to a gamer doesn't mean a lot. Doesn't really have a lot of context. But to a Madden player, it is one of the worst things that we can see, because we know if a player can go through the field, he can go through another player. If he can go through another player, he can catch a ball through another player. If he catch a ball through another player, he can tackle through another player. These are all fundamental things we've asked to be removed for years. There's not one of us, from the most positive to the most critical, that has ever said, I need players shifting through each other more. We've all asked collectively as a community to resolve these gameplay issues. From your MUT players, to the very few franchise players that are left, to the online players, everyone has asked for gameplay improvements. And rather than just show us beautiful images and tell us what improvements are there so we could discuss it as a community, instead, we literally got players shifting through the field. So guess what? That's what we're going to talk about. And if you want to find a way to put a positive spin on this, go right ahead. But to me, I've seen far too many years of terrible football gameplay based on garbage like this. Coding that belongs in the 1990s on past-gen consoles. And there's no excuse in any game, but especially not at the highest level of this game when you're signing 5-year contracts to be the only one, with a 6-year option, by the way, to be the only one to make an NFL licensed product. And you can't keep a player from sinking through the field. Love to know your guys' thoughts on this. Appreciate you checking out. And hopefully, EA will have listened to the community's feedback and give us something tangible, something reasonable, and something positive to talk about after next week. Because what we've seen with this trailer, it sure hasn't done it. As always, I appreciate you watching this video, and you know I will be back in the week with more commentary.